the party arriving in the small town of Dosa. Seal remarks that it's tinier than the last town they visited, while Toto admits it's his first time here. Goa pointing out that Seal's recent plan flopped and it's time to decide who's next to take charge. Anemone volunteers, but Goa shuts her down, insisting they settle it with a good old-fashioned round of rock paper scissors. The group stops in the middle of the street, throwing shapes and bickering, while Toto, ever the optimist, mistakes their banter for bonding. Meanwhile, the townsfolk can't stop staring at Goa's stunning beauty. Goa explains that Seal and Anemone have their own errands, then teases him, asking if he doesn't like being alone with her. Toto stammers, denying it, but Goa's not done. She suggests they grab a bite to eat. Toto's mind spirals as they walk side by side. Walking together, eating. Is this a date? He mutters, blushing furiously before shaking off the thought, reminding himself he's here to protect her, not daydream. Goa, sensing his nervousness, grabs his arm and declares, "Let's get this date started." Poor Toto's so overwhelmed he faints on the spot. From a distance, Seal and Anemone watch the scene unfold. Anemone smirks, saying Goa's using the date to lower Toto's guard, but Seal doubts it'll work and heads off to check out the town sweets. At a local bar, Goa's up to no good. She slips a potion into Toto's drink, handing it to him with a sweet smile. He takes a sip, and Goa, muttering to herself, reveals this isn't just a date, it's an info-gathering mission. She urges him to drink more, staring intensely as she asks how it tastes. Toto, pressured by her gaze, thinks to himself, "The liquor you chose is delicious, and when a beauty like you picks it out, it's a lovely experience." But he's too shy to say it out loud, leaving Goa confused about whether her potion's working. She asks if he's okay, but Toto just gives her a blank, dazed look. Undeterred, she offers him snacks, grilled harpy laced with a drug meant to disorient and cause anxiety. Toto eats it, still sporting that vacant stare. Finally, she hands him a sandwich spiked with an anesthetic strong enough to knock him out for a week. He chomps it down, declares it delicious with a creepy grin, and nothing happens. Outside, Goa sighs in frustration, muttering that Toto's immune to status effects. Her potions and skills are useless against him, putting her at a disadvantage. Her confidence crumbles as she recalls her lonely, hated childhood, whispering, "He'll never love me." She asks Toto point-blank if he loves her. Toto, caught off guard, asking what she's talking about. Goa, deadly serious, uses her charm skill, begging him to be her dog and give her his body and soul. Toto refuses, saying he can't be her dog, not because he dislikes her, but because he can't protect her if he's just a pet. To prove he doesn't hate her, he bites his hand. Goa, touched, wipes away her tears and smiles, thanking him. Toto blushes and faints again, overwhelmed by the moment. Goa notices his bitten hand and thanks him again. Later, Goa wakes Toto, reminding him they need to meet the others. He's relieved to see her back to her playful self and notices the bandage on his hand. Goa calls it her way of thanking him for taking her jokes seriously, asking him to keep it between them while blowing a kiss. Predictably, Toto faints again. When they reunite with Seal and Anemone, Seal excitedly tells Toto about a shop with delicious cake, dragging him along before it closes. Anemone teases Goa, saying her plan clearly didn't work, but Goa just smirks, admitting she had fun anyway. She tells Toto to find lodging for the night, cheekily suggesting they share a room, sending him into another fainting spell. Seal, watching the chaos, asks Anemone if they seem closer, and Anemone wonders if they actually went on a date. The next morning, Seal suggests another round of rock paper scissors to decide who's in charge, but Anemone insists it's her turn since she's the only one who hasn't tried. Goa proposes keeping the rotation going, but Anemone confidently declares no one will get a turn after her. Seal rolls her eyes, telling her to keep dreaming, and heads off to prepare for tomorrow. Goa, bored, tags along, inviting Seal for sweets. Seal hesitates, suspecting Goa might drug her, but when Goa mentions a secret local delicacy, Seal can't resist. Meanwhile, Toto and Anemone are left alone, tasked with collecting medicinal herbs. When Toto asked why they are alone, Anemone made an excuse saying to help Seal and Goa, who are suffering from upset stomachs after yesterday's cake binge. The two fall into an awkward silence, both muttering about what to talk about as they trudge along. Back in town, Seal and Goa enjoy their cake, with Seal jokingly saying she might not kill Goa for this. Goa smirks, but Seal reveals she's using a spell to nullify status effects, just in case. Goa laughs, admitting drugs are her hobby but denying using her charm skill. Their banter is interrupted by a man yelling that they're too loud. Seal retorts they're just having a normal conversation, only for the man to reveal he and his crew are robbing the place. The girls, unfazed, look confused, as if this is just another day. The robber's boss, a boastful ex-B-rank adventurer, brags about his reputation, but Seal and Goa claim they've never heard of him. Enraged, he attacks Seal, who effortlessly blocks with a spell and taunts him, asking if he knows who he's messing with. He strikes again, but the girls dodge, and Seal tells Goa to let her handle him, Goa tells her not to kill him since he might have a bounty. Seal agrees and made the B-rank scared of her power when he calls to his underling. They are already charmed by Goa into submission. Seal knocks the boss out, and the shop owner thanks them, offering dinner as a reward. Seal worries Toto might learn about their strength, so Goa uses a potion to make the shopkeeper forget the incident. Intrigued, Seal asks Goa to teach her potion making, and Goa eagerly agrees. Meanwhile, Toto and Anemone's herb-gathering mission takes a weird turn. To break the awkward silence, Toto asks about Anemone's hobbies. She blurts out money and booze before panicking and backtracking, saying it'd be funny if that were true. Toto agrees, and Anemone quickly asks about his hobbies. He makes a goofy face and says, lifting weights, leaving Anemone wondering if that's all he does. Trying to keep the conversation alive, she asks about the scar on his face. Toto goes quiet, then opens up, revealing he got it from a monster attack that destroyed his home, family, and confidence. Anemone asks if he's after revenge, but he says he just wants to regain his confidence. As they gather herbs, Anemone gets playful, blowing in Toto's ear and making him faint. While he's out, she uses her skill to create a level bomb that grows stronger based on the target's strength and sticks it to him. The bomb starts expanding dangerously, even threatening Anemone. Meanwhile, Seal and Goa are practicing potion making in the forest when Seal messes up, causing a small explosion that leaves them singed. Back with Anemone, the bomb grows massive, and she realizes she can't escape. With no choice, she cuts it off from Toto and yells for him to throw it far away. Toto snaps awake, curls the bomb into the sky, and it explodes, sending a shockwave that could have killed her. Toto shields Anemone from the blast, emerging unscathed. Anemone is stunned that her bomb grew so powerful to even big enough to take chunk of the mountain, and Toto apologizes for the herbs being destroyed in the explosion. Anemone brushes it off, relieved to be alive, while Anemone tells Toto the bomb was a monster's doing. Toto, just happy she's unharmed, smiles, and Anemone mutters to herself to be more careful with her bombs. The group reunites, with Seal and Goa looking charred from their potion mishap. Anemone, shocked, asks what happened. Toto rushed and asked if they are okay. They reassured him, saying it was just a chemical accident. Seal swears off potion making forever.
The party sets out on a quest to suppress monsters. Toto takes the front lines, attacking with his fist while Goa uses her potions creatively against the monsters. Anemone supports from the rear with her buffs, and Seal finishes them off with her powerful magic. After completing the mission, they return to the guild, where the receptionist informs them that they're now eligible for a promotion quest to D rank. Curious, they ask what kind of quest it is. The receptionist replies that they need to clear a dungeon to test their teamwork. At the dungeon entrance, the guard explains that their goal is to descend to the lowest level and return with proof. The girls confidently claim that with their teamwork, it'll be easy. Toto advises caution, but they just smirk. A flashback to the previous night, Goa states that getting promoted will increase their options to kill the hero. Anemone counters bluntly that she's not interested in any power of friendship or ranking up, but Seal convinces her that it's pointless to resist. Anemone mutters Stathis is her chance to kill the hero by dropping the whole dungeon on him. Goa says the dungeon is perfect for releasing a cloud of drugged gas. Seal calls it a fresh competition, while in the end, the trio agree to a temporary truce for the promotion quest, but each secretly vows to kill the hero themselves. Back in the dungeon, they reach a strange door with a carved face that speaks. The first test, the Chamber of Sacrifice. Offer your mana to activate and your strength to open it. Goa identifies it as a combined task for a mage and a hero. Seal steps forward to offer her mana, and Toto provides his strength, opening the door. As they proceed, Toto mentions it felt like some of his strength was drained and wonders if Seal is alright. But Seal mutters that she modified the door to drain his stamina and prepares to attack him, only for Anemone to replenish Toto's strength. Seal is shocked and demands to know what kind of assassin uses healing magic. Goa calmly says that normal tactics are off the table for today. Seal gets angry, but when Toto looks at them, they all smile and pretend everything's fine. They reach the second test, the Chamber of Inferno, filled with blazing fire. Anemone sees an opportunity to boost her bomb power using the flames and prepares to throw one, only for Seal to snuff the fire out with a strong wind spell, bypassing the need entirely. The third test is the Chamber of Madness, where monsters rise from a dense fog. Goa warns that the fog could cause hallucinations and attempts to dose Seal and Anemone with a potion, only to discover they're completely unaffected. The girls smirk and say that thanks to her constant dosing, they've developed a full tolerance. Toto returns to report he found the exit. The girls suddenly shift into cheerful teamwork mode. But internally, each girl has different thoughts. Seal wants to eliminate both of the others at once, and Anemone has no intention of making it easy for anyone. Goa considers the odds of two of them taking each other out. They reach a three-door split. Anemone wants to go through the Chamber of Treasure. Goa picks the Chamber of Pleasure, and Seal chooses the Chamber of Glory. They begin arguing over which door Toto should pick. Toto, confused, looks down and remembers that their goal is to reach the lowest level. So, he punches the floor and causes it to collapse beneath them. They fall into a deep chamber where a burly old man named Bell appears, announcing he's the examiner for their final test. Goa asks if they've reached the lower level, and Bell confirms, praising them for avoiding the trap doors. When Goa asks Toto how he knew, he explains simply that since their objective was down, he thought to go down directly. Bell tells them the final test is to land one hit on him. If they can do that, they pass. When he sees the girls, he smirks and tells Toto that he has good taste. Toto steps forward and tells them to leave it to him. Bell laughs at his attempt to fight one-on-one, then charges in and lands a powerful kick, but Toto blocks and counters. Bell follows up with multiple strikes, but Toto withstands them and hits back with enough force to shake the ground. Seal notes Bell's skill, Anemone comments on his speed, and Goa suddenly comes up with a plan. They rush to the hero and cast magic buffs on Bell, not Toto, secretly enhancing his power beyond even his prime. Bell charges again, but even in his boosted state, he's sent flying by Toto's raw strength. Seal senses someone nearby, but the presence vanishes instantly. Outside the dungeon, the guard congratulates them. They've officially been promoted to D rank. The girls happily say it was all thanks to teamwork, while Toto admits he was worried when their personalities suddenly changed. The girls play innocent, hugging Geacher and insisting they're lovely ladies with nothing to hide. Back in town, they decide to celebrate with food and drinks. Toto says he'll pass out if he doesn't eat something. Seal devours her sweets. Anemone says she is enjoying her drink, and when the others stare at her, she shrugs and says even priests drink too. 1 hour later, a very drunken Anemone tells Seal she always wanted a little sister and demands that Seal call her big sis. Seal glares and mutters that she kill her. Goa, meanwhile, leans over to the unconscious Toto and suggests ditching the others. Seal tells them to stop pretending Toto is asleep. Anemone advises her to just relax for the night. Goa offers Seal a sweet cocktail. Seal tries to act tough, saying she's only drinking it because she's being forced and that she won't become a weirdo drunk like the others. Another hour passes. Seal is drunk. She calls Anemone big sis and demands a piggyback ride from Toto. Out of nowhere, Goa says, now that we're drunk, why don't we fight? The tension rises. Then she says she was just joking. Anemone claims she could still fight even while drunk, but Goa changes the subject. She admits she's never had people she could talk to without relying on drugs or manipulation. Anemone agrees she's enjoying it too. Seal quietly says she likes it as well. Goa then asks them how much they like the hero. Seal answers 1. Goa says it's a secret. Anemone shyly says 5. The other 2 explode, teasing her for being in love with Toto. Later, everyone is asleep except Seal. She opens her eyes and whispers, "You can come out now. I know you're there." From the shadows emerges a figure, Hoppy Quaneal, one of the Demon Lord's royal guard. Seal flashes back to a brutal memory, her battle with Hoppy and the other demons who mocked her. "Is this the best you can do?" Hoppy taunted. Back in the present, Seal mutters, "Hoppy Quaneal, chief educator of the demon castle." She tenses up. Suddenly, Hoppy appears in front of her with a playful grin. "You're as cute as ever. Everyone's missed you since you left," she says. Seal, now alert, demands, "Why is the fierce instructor here?" "I've come to take you back," Hoppy answers. "You're taking too long to assassinate the hero. Seems you need more training." Seal clenches her fists, visibly shaken. Hoppy smirks. "Do you hate training with me that much?" Then, with a sly grin, she gives Seal one last chance with warning, "I'll be watching you." As Hoppy walks away, Seal reassures herself, "I can do this. I was just holding back and enjoying a little freedom. But now, I have a plan." Scene change. Morning at the inn, Anemone strolls out in her pajamas, instantly knocking Toto unconscious from sheer shock. Goa teases, "Looking sexy." The two start bickering, but soon notice something's off. Seal looks down. They ask if something's wrong. Seal admits she enjoyed their company last night, but reminds them, coldly, we're still enemies. I'm ready to eliminate all of you, including the hero. Anemone smirks, then give it your best shot. Goa chuckles, someone's fired up today. Toto wakes up, and Anemone quickly hides her cigar. They all greet each other with a cheerful good morning. Goa then explains, now that we're officially D-rank, we can take on dungeons. Butch and Anemone have to go shopping. Pajamas. For Anemone, that leaves Toto and Seal to go on a quest alone. Seal asks, why are you helping me? Goa replies, I'm just cheering for you because we're friends. Scene, dungeon, Forest Cave D+ rank their mission, exterminate the death rats. Inside the dungeon, a rat lunges at Seal, but Toto punches it mid-air, sending it flying. Seal is stunned, muttering the hero's strength is far beyond what I imagined. His defense is absolute. But magic traps seem to work the best. Suddenly, Toto triggers a trap. A spiked stone drops toward them, but Toto catches it with one hand, unfazed. They push forward and find a mysterious totem. Toto asks, is this like that time? Liketh promotion. Test to Seal nods. Exactly. That's why I brought you here. She examines it with magic and mutters, it decreases defense by 70%, then boosts it to 90%. If you touch it, the door will open. She explains. Excited to help, Toto touches the totem and immediately feels dizzy. How do you feel? Seal asks, a bit shaky. He replies, just as the door opens, but Seal senses something. Someone's watching. She looks around. It's Hoppy. She's been tailing them, feeling pressured and out of time. Seal makes a desperate move. She flashes her panties at Toto, making him faint instantly. With him unconscious, she summons her scythe and recalls the voices of demons calling her defective. Rage built inside her. She slashes down at Toto, shocked that her attack actually worked. This is my chance. I have to finish it. Buthanch hesitates. Memories of the party flash in her mind. Her second strike lands not on the hero, but on a death rat instead. She unsummons her weapon and starts to heal the hero. Seal mutters, why am I thinking of them now? Suddenly, Toto rises, ready to fight. Seal's surprised, thinking he knew she attacked him, but he punches away another rat. They're surrounded. I'll cover you. Seal shouts. Toto replies, it's okay, I'll protect you. Seal blushes. Scene, return to the inn. Back at the inn, Goa is shocked. You're wounded. What happened? Seal calmly says, I gave him first aid. Anemone teases, our mighty hero wounded for the first time. What happened? Seal shrugs. It was exhausting. Anemone smirks, getting soft from all the sweets you eat. Then with a grin, so, can he finish him off? But Seal shakes her head. It's still my turn. Inside, she wonders, why am I starting to feel comfortable with them? Night scene. Seal meets Hoppy. Hoppy confronts her. I saw you help the hero instead of eliminating him. Seal answers, take me back to the demon castle. Punish me as you see fit. But Hoppy, taken aback, says, after watching you in the dungeon and your interactions with the party, I'll allow you to continue your journey. Seal is surprised. Why? Hoppy smiles. I was only sent to observe. You've improved in magic and socially. That's what it takes to become independent. She steps forward, gently. I'm proud of you. Seal blushes, then Hoppy asks playfully, don't tell me you've fallen in love with the hero. Seal freezes. Hoppy laughs. Forbidden's love. Huh. As she walks away, Hoppy recalls the little girl who once dreamed of succeeding her father. Next morning, Anemone wakes up in pajamas. Once again, Toto faints. Goa chuckles, you've got a talent for looking sexy in sleepwear. But Seal quickly says, she's not sexy, the hero's just shy. The girls burst into laughter, teasing Seal. You're in a better mood today. Yesterday you looked down. We flash back to the previous day. Toto asking Goa, is Seal okay? Goa responds, she just needs someone to talk to. We're her friends too. Then wakes up the hero and tells him Seal is fine. Back in the present, Anemone turns to Toto. So what's the objective today? Goa grins. Let's go on an expedition. Seal asks, what about lodging? Goa replies with a wink. We'll camp. Toto imagines sharing a tent with the girls, and instantly blushes. Goa grabs his arm, pressing her chest against him. He faints again. The hero party was ready to move out. A sense of purpose filled the air. To everyone's surprise, Goa had already finished preparing. She stood with a triumphant grin on her face, Our destination isn't far, but it's not close either, she announced. We're headed to a place called Ani. Seal's eyes lit up with excitement. A trip. This sounds wonderful. Anemone, ever practical, asked, what's our goal? Goa tossed a small, heavy box to Toto. We can't just travel aimlessly, so I picked up a quest. We're delivering merchandise, and it pays well. Toto caught the box with an easy grace that impressed. The girls, they smiled at his unexpected strength. In the shadows, a figure watched them, a glint of malice in their eyes. On the road, Seal walked beside Toto, a serious expression on her face. Hero, I'm warning you now. You need to stay conscious. Because every time you faint, I'm the one who has to carry you with my magic. Toto, feeling guilty, says, I'll try my best. Just then, a gust of wind swept through, lifting Seal's skirt high into the air. In an instant, Toto fainted. Seal sighed, shaking her head. She used her magic to lift him, her expression a mix of annoyance and resignation. You did that on purpose, didn't you, Anemone? Teased, a playful glint in her eyes. Seal, now holding the unconscious hero like a weapon, chased after her. Get back here. The next day, Toto woke up, his face etched with shame. I'm so sorry. We wasted a whole day because of me. Anemone, itching for a smoke, muttered to herself. She couldn't make excuses to rest just for a cigarette. She grabbed Toto's hand, causing him to faint instantly. With a satisfied sigh, she went off to smoke, leaving Seal to carry the hero once more. Night fell. Toto, his face still red with embarrassment, apologized again. It's not your fault, Goa said. To cheer him up, Seal pulled out some marshmallows. They spent the rest of the night laughing, eating sweets, and telling stories. After everyone had fallen asleep, the stalker from the shadows emerged. He approached Goa, his voice a low growl. Hand over the merchandise. Goa's eyes twinkled with excitement. You can have it if you can carry it. The bandit used a powerful skill, but the box was too heavy. He grunted with effort, but it wouldn't budge. Suddenly, he started to get dizzy, and then he fainted. Goa smirked. I put a hallucination drug on the box. Doesn't work on the hero, but it works on everyone else. The next morning, Toto asked if anything had happened while they were asleep. Nothing at all, Goa said, a mischievous smile playing on her lips. They continued their journey. Suddenly, Toto's stomach growled. The party decided to search for food. Goa was tired from watching all night, and Anemone, as a priest, couldn't kill. So, the task fell to Seal and Toto. They went to a nearby lake. Seal seemed to enjoy the tranquility, but after a while, she grew bored. She hadn't caught a single fish. I'll dive in and catch one, Toto declared, jumping into the water. Seal, with a playful glint in her eyes, cast a gravity spell to make him heavier, hoping to drown him. Toto quickly found a fish and brought it out, surprising her. She looked at the fish and remembered. A fish that, when stranded on land, sprays its prey with ink. The fish splashed them with ink and got away. Are you all right, Seal? Covered in ink, started to laugh and jumped into the lake, and Toto followed her. They spent the rest of the afternoon swimming and playing. That night at dinner, Toto gave Seal a fish. She remembered being told to only eat luxurious meals as a royal. Taking a bite, she gasped, "It's yummy." The party was shocked by her reaction, their eyes wide. The next morning, they arrived at a town. Goa and Toto went to turn in the delivery, while Anemone and Seal went shopping. They found a cafe where Seal drinks, and Anemone happily smoked. Goa and Toto, after confirming the delivery, heard about a nearby village in trouble. Meanwhile, back at the cafe, Seal asked Anemone, "Are you going to make your attempt today?" "It's your turn." Anemone took a long drag from her cigarette. "I'm tired from the trip. I'll take my shot when I feel like it. Besides, the sooner the hero dies, the better for us. We should just try our luck rather than taking turns. Only the hero wants that," Seal said, a hint of annoyance in her voice. Anemone grinned. "Don't you want it to last long, too?" Seal's face turned red with anger. "I'll kill you all," she threatened, her magic flaring up. Just then, they met up with the others. Anemone, her expression childish, confronted Toto. "I'm upset with you. Hero, you faint no matter what I wear. At this rate, it will take years to reach the Demon Lord." Toto apologized profusely. Anemone then told him to choose her clothes, and they went to a clothing shop. Toto picked out an old diving outfit, which Anemone immediately rejected. "At least a bare minimum of fashion," she huffed. "What's your idea of bare minimum fashion?" Goa asked, a curious glint in her eyes. Anemone described a mature, non-flashy outfit with good maneuverability and showed them an example. "She looks like an assassin," everyone muttered. Anemone insisted on it, and Toto, still feeling guilty, agreed, which led to Anemone giving him a sweet smile, and he fainted. Seal, shaking her head, said, "I understand what the hero wants." She chose a cute kitty costume for Anemone, who looked utterly defeated while wearing it. Anemone then turned to Goa. "You have the most revealing outfit. You should change." Anemone chose an office outfit for Goa. Goa, in turn, chose a sexy outfit for herself, making the hero faint. But Seal chose a bunny costume for her and made Anemone and herself wear the same thing. They all agreed to go with the costume theme and woke Toto to tell him. Toto relieved said, "I might not be knocked out by them." Finally, it was Goa's turn. She chose an outfit for Anemone that stunned everyone with its beauty. Anemone blushed, admitting she liked it, which made Toto faint yet again. In the end, Anemone chose to stick with her usual priestess outfit. Toto promised to try hard to stop passing out. "It's impossible," the girls told him, leaving him shocked. He muttered to himself, "Women are so hard to figure out." The next day, they arrived at a village and asked a guard if it was the troubled village they had heard about, but guard replied, "Welcome to the city of love and peace, Dafuri," leaving the party confused.